What's up, you guys? This is Riley here with Learn With Me. And this is just gonna be a video just showing you me messing around in the garden. So let's get to it. Alright, you guys, so I want you guys just kind of take a look around. There's not really much going on here, but you know, I'm starting some seeds up, starting some different things up, and the goal is just to kind of get the garden ready for what is going on into the future here. Well, at least what I'm necessarily planning for. When it comes to this first shot, you'll see that I have some neem oil here, and I'm using it to address some aphids I see that are forming as the season's getting warmer. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not sure if this will actually treat the aphids, but that being said, I do know that neem oil is a fairly safe chemical to use for treating pests. This being said, if you guys have any solution for aphids like this that are bunching up as my crops are coming back, please let me know, as I greatly appreciate it. What's up, you guys? This next few minutes and the majority of the rest of the video, I'm just going to show you guys just me just kind of cleaning up in my garden, just so you guys can see that, like, I don't necessarily have a perfect strategy for gardening. In all honesty, it's just me just doing trial and error when it comes to a lot of different principles, and it's one of those principles that I kind of want you guys to notate, as a lot of people think that I'm just a professional that's dedicated a lot of my life to this craft, but in reality, I'm just someone that had a passion for gardening and just started, and I started gathering information as I proceeded along the way. And that's the beauty of gardening, is the fact that you can just grow whatever you want. And you know, sometimes some things will take a bit more time, but some things might grow quickly, and sometimes you can grow things to eat, and sometimes you can just grow things just because you like the color of it or like the way that it looks and stuff like that. I mean, there's just something just so freeing about being in the garden. Even right there, you'll notice that I'm just going around, and while I'm cleaning up and stuff like that, I'm also going around and just observing just different things that I notice, different plants, seeing what comes back, what isn't. And, you know, just taking my time about it while I move around and just try to plan my garden roughly. And that's another thing, is that, you know, I see a lot of people that'll do like specific gardening plans, will do all these different things. They'll even start gardening at in January, just start getting their plants and stuff ready, and just in seed pods and stuff. And it's like, you know, you can do that, but you know, that's not the only way to garden. That's another thing about this process, is that like you can start whenever you want, but like, will you yield the most things? Like, will you yield the biggest crop? Will you yield the biggest harvest if you start early? Maybe. But if you start late, will that affect it? Yeah, but not nearly as much as you think it will. I know a lot of people say it's important to start at this time. It's important to start doing things at another time. But, you know, in reality, as long as you get started, that's good enough. All right, you guys, like, I'm setting you guys in front of these two plants because the plant in the bucket is French sorrel, and it survived the winter, and I'm excited about that. But the other plant down below is a blackberry plant that somehow survived the winter. I mean, I know blackberries survived the winter, but the thing about it is that, like, I have another blackberry bush, and it's thornless, you know, the Primark Freedom, and it's just interesting that I have one that just popped up that had thorns in it, and it's just so interesting. I mean, I at least think that's a blackberry bush. It looks like one. I mean, I can at least tell that from the leaves and stuff, but I don't know. Again, this is another aspect where if you guys think that that's a rose bush or something else that kind of popped up there, please let me know. I mean, I have another raspberry bush that came back. Oh, surprise, my raspberry bush came back. I mean, it's not a bush, it's more of a stem with a couple of little leaves, but you know, it's still something. Sorry for being all over the place, you guys. I just, I love talking about gardening, and I love just dealing with all these different things in my garden. And that's why I just really try to capture this so you guys can really see that this is a process that you all should get into. If you guys haven't gotten into it already, I know a lot of you guys tell me about like all the different adventures and things that you guys have grown and stuff, and it's pretty awesome to see you guys gardening. But sometimes I just want to get more people in there, and I just want to share my knowledge. I want our community to share the knowledge that we all have with newcomers and stuff like that. And I also want people in my local community as well, like in Memphis, to also like be encouraged to grow and garden and do all types of things. And that's why it's like I even started these videos. Is just like I want people to see like that they can grow different things in Memphis, especially just like as a way to just, I also built these videos as a way to just track my own self, like just doing these videos. And maybe that's the best way to do it. Maybe you don't like have a guide and you don't know what it specifically you did last year and stuff like that, but at least doing it in a video format like this really helps me stay organized about it. Okay, if I go on any longer, I'll just be rambling or whatever. You guys let me know what you think about that. But let me just go ahead and describe what I'm doing a bit more. I know you've seen me kind of cleaning up in regard to like most of the video, but I want to let you know that like in these specific scenes, this specific instance, I'm using like hedge clippers to kind of get rid of the weeds. And I might not get all of them, but at least it'll make it a bit easier for me to like spot clean the parts that do have it. So yeah, I mean, just be innovative. That's one thing I love about gardening, is it allows you just to be creative. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, you guys see the garden. You guys see how desolate it appears. Like, that's just the nature of gardening. Sometimes I want to have it so that each year stuff comes back. Like my mint, my peppermint, my spearmint, my blackberries, my like oregano, my yarrow, like my yarrow, whatever. My asparagus, like my rose bushes, the sorrel, like all of that came back. And I hope to one day like even plant more stuff, because I think that could be even more interesting. But like I said, I would love to have just a garden full of perennials that survived on their own without much interaction from me, because I just love just watching nature do its thing. And it allows me to be a little lazy. As stupid as that sounds. I mean, what's so bad about being lazy in this regard? Like, if I had the time to spend 10 hours a day in my garden, well, I guess I would appreciate it. But, I mean, I want to be able to garden no matter if I have 5 minutes a day or 5 minutes a week or 5 hours a day or 5 hours a week. Again, I just cannot stress this enough. The goal is just to get out there and garden. And like, that's the beauty of gardening, is that you can make your own schedule, you can make your own standards, you can make your own priorities, you can do whatever you want. And that's just everything. And that's why I was telling you earlier, some people, they want to get to gardening and preparing in January and all these different things, but the beauty of gardening is that there isn't a perfect method. You could get started in January and have everything going and have a full crop of like tomatoes, and those tomatoes could turn out to be like a great crop for like most of the year. And then say you have a really bad storm and they all get destroyed in that storm. I'm not even saying something as chaotic as a hurricane or tornado, but even just some really like bad rainstorms and thunderstorms can really cause a lot of damage. And then all of a sudden you've invested that much time and you almost want to consider it a waste. So, you know, I just have my goals when it comes to gardening, and you know, I try not to get too emotional about different things and just try to use each lesson of each aspect of my garden as a lesson, just to, you know, teach me patience and tell me, like, you know what, just because I didn't succeed at this, why don't I try again next year? Why don't I try this like another time? And that's the beauty of it, and that's what I want you guys to see. Like, I have so many friends and so many people that I know in my life that are just like, hey, like, you're great at gardening, you don't know, like, I don't know, you don't, like, they just would say, like, you don't know just how bad of a gardener I am. And I'm just like, well, you're not a bad gardener. You just probably are just bad at growing that one thing, or you just really bad at starting something new. Isn't everyone bad at starting something new? I mean, I wouldn't like to be judged on my ability to race in NASCAR if this is my first time driving. So, you know, that's why I tell people, like, you know, be a bit more patient, not only with like plants and gardening in general, but be more patient with yourself. Like, in this fast-paced world that we live in, some people just get lost in it and just assume that they should just be the first and best at anything that they start. And, you know, I have probably told you guys this multiple times, but I'm in this for the long haul. That's why you see that I grow so many perennials, because I want to see what I can grow, and then I can maybe focus like 40% of my like each year's gardening exploits out just for, I'll just focus this for like perennials and stuff like that, and then make the majority of it just, all right, what new do I want to grow? And then that way, if I only like start 5 new crops, maybe, or not even crops, but plants, maybe 1 or 2 of them are perennials that I want to just be there for a while, and the rest are just, you know, just, I want to grow a golden tomato, or I want to grow like a dragon fruit or something. I'm not saying I would, but it would be interesting, you know. But yeah, you guys, have been out here about 20-30 minutes. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you guys that, you know, doing stuff like this doesn't have to be a job of a professional. I mean, it can be, like anything. I mean, you could be a professional baker, or you could just be a baker that baked one time in regard to baking a cake, or you could just be someone that just bakes as a hobby. Gardening's a lot of the same principles. I'm just out here just doing a little bit that I can, and as you can see in this video, I didn't really do too much, and I'm just showing you that, you know, you try to make yourself a goal of being able to do this as quickly as possible. You're gonna have to adjust it so, but when you're trying to make it so that, you know, you get on top of it when you can, there's nothing wrong with that. There's different strokes for different folks, and so don't compare yourself to all the other gardeners out there. And, you know, some of the better gardeners will tell you that, you know, you got to go by your own impulse. So, you know, some people might say that I'm already late on this, but, you know, for me, I think I'm going right on time. So you guys feel free to drop some comments down there. Let me know what you guys think, and if you guys don't have anything else for me, I appreciate each and every one of you, and see you guys next time, and stay breezy. Feel free to like, subscribe, and, you know, recommend this video to your friends. And if you have anything to comment, drop it down in the comments below. See you next time.